All right, it's the weekend. We got the RC car out, charging up, popping the battery off. We're gonna make a hit. I got a new setup I'm gonna talk about in this video, and it's pretty spicy. So I did a couple of test hits already to just shake it down and see what we were looking at, and it is way too much power. So the road today, this is blacktop, asphalt, whatever. And I just did a light blowing of it over with the leaf blower, and it should be good. We'll see. We're gonna test it out here in a second. Now this is a dry tire, no sauce, no prep, just a clean tire, and this battery is charged. So we'll go ahead and get this sucker down. I've got all the timing taken out of it, all of the power taken out of it. We're just gonna see what this thing does, because this motor is pretty electric. Okay, let's see what she does. We got a hell of a headwind today. We have like a 15 knot headwind. Well, let's see what she can do. That was straight. Very nice. So you can see it kind of hooked up right at the mid track. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the log. It was pretty close. Nice and straight though. We'll see what that gets us. 2.4 at 66. So, okay, so with all the power pulled out of it, 2.4, 66 miles an hour. That's kind of what I was expecting. Still climbing, obviously, but you can see acceleration-wise, right in the middle, it started to lean over a little bit. And that's because I've got no power going to it, technically, on the big end. Now, so to put that into perspective, our best run with the last setup was a 2.2 at 70 miles per hour. So we're really not too far. If you consider today's headwind, consider the amount of power I'm actually using right now. This is very close already to the last setup, and we've got everything turned way down. So I'm gonna go take a look at the data logs and see what that means, but that's very promising so far. All right, so I looked over the data, and it was showing promising numbers. I think we're a little bit over-geared. When I say over-geared, we've got too much pinion. So I'll make one more pass to make sure, because I don't like to just go off of one run at a time. We'll do one more pull, see what she does, and then I'll probably call it for the day, and we'll go back and digest the data and go ahead and play with the gearing, come back out again. It's a pretty nice spot, so we'll come back. But either way, this battery is topped off, as you can see, so we're gonna make another pull. Tires are nice and clean. Again, no burnout, no tire sauce. This thing is just lay it down and go, as long as the ground is fairly clean. Let's see. I went ahead and added a little bit more timing to it up top, so it should come on a little bit stronger in the big end. I'm gonna leave the bottom end where it's at, because I think that's about as much as this road can take. But let's start to put a little bit of timing in the top and see what she does. See, I mean, look at the sand this thing's picking up just in that little tiny run. So I can't get the track surface clean. I tried blowing it off again. I think I'll literally have to come out here with a pressure cleaner to get this sand out of there. But I mean, just didn't even go half track, turned right back around, and they're just covered in sand, and it is just not gonna hook like that. So I think I'm just gonna have to pack it in for the day. At least we got 1-2 decent runs, and we were able to see what this setup is capable of. So that's a huge plus. All right, back at the house, got the G body on here. Malibu. Just, I like to switch them up, but let's take a look here. So, new setup, or setup change, I guess. Not necessarily anything crazy, but it is different. So I wanted to kind of go over what I did so you can see the direction we're headed here. So I had a 4-turn, originally I had a 4-turn Trinity Dragmaster in here. I was able to get this thing going pretty well with that. We hit 70 miles per hour, and we ran a 2.2 on the GNSS, which is about a 2.0 on the timing system. So I was pretty happy with that, but everything was maxed out. Everything was maxed out on the setup. We had all the timing put into it. I had can timing out the wazoo, and everything was just pushed to the limits. We're using the max amps battery. There was just really no more room on that setup. Traction was the only thing that could have gotten us any faster, and I think that I want to stick with the dry tire. I don't want to use prep. Using prep, I probably, if I did it, went through the whole hassle of using it, probably would have went a 1.9, maybe even faster. But the mile per hour is just, it's not what I want. I want more top end. I want this thing to be a trap monster up top. So, in typical Jack fashion, I went ahead and changed the motor. And I'm doing a test. I didn't go with a crazy setup, but I'm testing things out here. So, I picked up a 3-turn motor. I actually picked up a used 3-turn motor. You can see it sitting in there. And it's a V5R from Surpass. Nothing crazy, but seems to be a pretty nice option for the money. I found it on eBay. We'll see how this thing does. I'm also using a SMC 6400 battery. So this is the SRD from SMC. It's a 2S2P. It's not a 2S4P like the max amps. So we still have the ability to go up to the max amps battery, but I want to do a little testing on this battery and see how it does, because I like the form factor. It fits inside the rail of the stock battery holder. So I just cut a little slot here so I can put a strap around it, and we're good to go. So we're going to test this setup out a little bit more, but as you can see from the data, it's very promising. Voltage drop was not that bad. It was about the same as the 4-turn, and the extra power that we were seeing was unreal. I had everything turned down. I'm only running like 20 degrees of timing total, and I got 0 on the can. So this thing is just baseline. So I think this is going to be a pretty solid setup. We'll see how it performs as we get more traction. But traction is the key. We'll keep on turning that up, and I think that we're going to see some serious mile per hour, because, I mean, it's already at this setting, at the lowest setting possible, it's already as fast or very close to as fast as it was maxed out on the 4-turn motor. So we're clearly putting down a lot more power with this, and I think the top end is going to be the key. Gearing wise, I'm going to leave the gearing where it's at, because I'm expecting to get close to 80 miles per hour, all said and done. That's my goal. I want to see 80. So I think we'll get close to it for sure with this 3-turn. And then once I have this dialed in and I know that the setup is working right, then, I can look at changing some stuff on the chassis if we want to get it a little lighter. Remember, this is still a stock Traxxas low center of gravity chassis. This is the way the drag slash comes. It's the chassis that the drag slash comes with, suspension wise, and pretty much the stock suspension. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep testing this setup and see if it does what we want it to do. We're still using the DRK. I upgraded the wires to 8 gauge on here, and I also upgraded to the new DRK cap pack, which is down in there. So that should all together equal what we're looking for. So stay tuned. Oh, another thing too. We got some new wheels and tires. They're on pre-order. They're not out yet, but they're a really cool tire and wheel custom made by one of the dudes on the forum. I'll talk about it more when we get that set up on. but it has equal sidewall on the outside and the inside, because these are short course setup tires. You can see they have a really thin sidewall on the inside. So those are coming on as well. We'll see how that does. And let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get some more testing and tuning done on this. Hopefully we'll see some crazy numbers. See you guys in the next one.